Hello and what is up everyone, it is Hachi from the Art of Dota, and I'm back for the New Year's with a new video for all of you guys. This video is going to be on Lycan. I hope everyone out there had a good New Year's if you're watching this video. Other than that, let's just get right into it. So Lycan is a hero that I think is absolutely OP right now. He's not being picked up very much. I'm getting you guys in there before the curve, alright? Because Lycan is being played right now a lot in competitive Dota, specifically in the China region. Now, people are starting to realize how good he is, even in pubs, and starting to abuse him to climb. And in pubs, he does have a decent win rate. Overall, his win rate is pretty low because Lycan's pretty bad in lower MMRs because people just can't micro. But I would say in 4K and above and 5K, he could potentially be a very OP hero. Now, the reason behind that is most offlaners right now that are popular, Lycan can lane against 1v1 and actually do just fine because he has very high damage. So with a Quelling Blade, it's pretty hard to CS against him, especially if you're like a lower damage hero, like something like a Bat Rider. So if Bat Rider can't kill Lycan, aka he has like a support protecting him from that, Lycan will just free farm. And Lycan doesn't need to win his lane. If he wins his lane, that's a plus. If he wins his lane, you probably won the game. But all Lycan needs is to get free farm or to go even in farm, like to get decent farm. So the first core item you're gonna build on this new Lycan build is Helm the Dom. And that's why you need decent farm. You want to get this item roughly around the 7-minute mark. Anywhere after 5 minutes is pretty good. I've seen some players even straight up rush Helm of the Dawn before boots. So they'll just go for the Stout Shield, Quelling Blade, just straight into the Helm of the Dawn. That allows you to get a creep. And if you didn't know, the creep also moves at max move speed when you pop your ultimate. As well as gets the critical chance, I believe. Oh no, never mind. Granting him units critical strike, added vision and night. All units under his control move as increased speed. And have, alright, no, I'm right about that, yeah. They do get the crit chance as well. Sorry, I don't play Lycan too much. I played him a lot in the past, something I should know. But, yeah, so your ultimate does buff up your Helm of the Dom creep as well. So you're going to have a super fast creep. So if, let's say you get like a centaur or something like that, it's going to run in there, and if you can micro properly, you can just use it to stun. We'll see it right here, where notice how fast that Mud Golem is using. So he gets that stun in, and look at the damage. He just chunks down this Pangolier. Even with the escape ability, there's nothing that you can do. So with this new Lycan build, you're going to be able to play aggressive really early on with your ultimate, which will allow you to secure early towers. Usually, you'll take your safe lane tower around the 7 to 10 minute mark, somewhere around there. Once you get the Helm of the Dawn, pretty much. And the thing about it is, in pubs, if the enemy shows up with like maybe the offlaner and a support, and you have your ultimate, you're literally just going to pop your ultimate and kill them. Like, they're not going to be able to defend. Right? They have to bring a lot of heroes to kill you. And even if they do bring a lot of heroes, if they can't lock you down, you get your ultimate off, you can, for the most part, run away. Now, this build is all based on timings, and that's why I say it's probably not good at the lower MMRs. I don't know. You guys will have to test it out for yourselves if you do yourself play at lower MMRs. But let's say you're 3K, 2K, or something like that. So the first thing I already discussed is you need, not free farm, but you need lane, right? You can't just get zoned out by like an aggro lane that is just going to prevent you from CS. You need to be able to CS in lane somewhat, and Lycan does a good job of that. So even in lower MMRs, if they do like pressure you, as long as you have the proper regen, and let's say they push lane under your tower, Lycan's fairly good at last sitting under tower because of his high damage, right? So the early build is you'll want to put just 1 points in Wolf by level 3. So you want to just put 2 points in your passive, Feral Impulse, and then from there you'll start maxing wolves. So 2 points in passive first thing, because you're gonna need to sustain in lane. It also gives you more damage, because what his passive does is it just gives him some extra regen as well as bonus damage. And then you'll want to max out wolves so that you have it ready at level 7 to play aggressive to push the tower, along with your Helm of the Dom. And then from there you could either decide to max out Howl or go back and max out the passive, as you see here. Now, after after your Helm of the Dom, you're just gonna rush Necro Book. So it's the Necro themed Lycan build. It's something that kind of fell out of favor as Matama Man started going for this Armlet Mask of Madness build. But with this Necro Book, especially with the buff Necro Book, level 3 Necro gives you a Purge. And this is huge on a hero like Lycan because he does so much damage. So before, when you just have the old Necro, you're not going to be able to disable at all, right? With Lycan. You literally have no form of disable. But now with Helm of the Dom as well as a Necro Book, if you get the right creep as well as having that Necro 3, you're literally going to be able to lock someone down. And you don't need to lock them down for long, right? You get a Troll with a Net or a Centaur, and you just lock them down for 1-2 seconds and they're going to melt, especially if they're squishier heroes. And the reason why Lycan is so OP, in my opinion, is that he counters these heroes, as you notice on the enemy team, like the SF. Right? Even the Pangolier. You see Pangolier just got chased down there in lane. He is no match for Lycan. Lycan hits this early time where literally no hero can stand up against him. Their only option is to kite, TP away, run. But again, with Helm of the Dom, you get a Troll, you get a Centaur, and you're going to be able to cancel their TP. That's why going for this Helm of the Dom is so important. Right? It allows you to hit this early time where you can take the tower, but also gives you that extra disable that Lycan lacks, because he's not lacking damage, that's for sure. Because before, with the Mask of Madness and Armlet build, he would just go for full damage, and that's all he would look to do. But now, you're instead of just looking to farm up and hit this later timing, you're looking to hit this very early timing and just shut down the enemy team before they have a chance to even do anything, right? And now notice with Necro Book as well as the Helm of the Dom, this tower is going to go down real easily. Now, going towards the mid game. And that's after 10 minutes, right? You're going to want to continue to buy your Necros, right? Of course, and get to that Necro 3. Usually, you want to hit that Necro 3 timing around 17 minutes or so. Even around 20 minutes, that's just fine. But any later than 20 minutes, and you're going to miss somewhat of a timing. So, once you get that Necro 3, your hero is the strongest hero in the game. When you have your ultimate, no hero comes close. And heroes like Luna, SF, right? These squishy heroes are going to just melt to you. In addition, a lot of the supports that are popular right now are single target, like AA and Shadow Shaman, right? They're not going to be able to lock you down in a way. Maybe they'll be able to lock down your hero, but your units will still continue and kill them. So with the popularity of these single target supports, sure, they can lock down your hero, but you're going to kill them with your units, and that's why you go for this unit spam build, going for the Helm of the Dom, going for the Necro Book. But of course, you're going to need to be able to micro somewhat. It's not that complicated micro, especially because your creeps are running at max move speed. Right? It's not that complicated, but you still need to micro to be effective. So if you guys don't know how to micro, this video is not meant to teach you that, so you just gotta have to learn. Maybe I suggest playing StarCraft 2. It's free now. I hope you guys, if you're watching Twitch at all, were annoyed by that ad. It almost convinced me to play StarCraft, and I might still play it, but getting off topic there. So back to Lycan. Now, what are you gonna build after the Necro Book? After Necro Book, the pros, they go for the pipe, and that's only so they can end the game. This is not really something I recommend for your pubs, especially lower MMR pubs, unless you really need it. Let's say you're playing against a Tinker or some hero that's just killing your units immediately, like maybe Ember Spirit, something like that. Pipe is really good because not only it's going to help you push against like these spamming heroes like Tinkers, like Coddles, but also it's going to allow your creeps to survive so you can continue to use them in the fight, because again, this build is all built around summoning units. So if your units just get killed, you're going to not be very effective, and that's why the pros go for pipe. And I mean, I can't recommend it in pubs, but for the most part in pubs you can actually get away with greedier items such as Assault Cuirass or maybe a BKB if you really need it. Well, I don't know if BKB is a greedy item, but again, it's core on Lycan, and you're going to need it to get kills for the most part. But I say in pubs, probably the safest build is going for AC and just trying to rat after your Necro Book. And now, in this game I did build Treads, but the pros, what they do is they go for just brown boots, right? Because they don't care about the extra HP, extra damage, and the thing you get from treads, because even being able to tread swap is not that important to summon your units, because Necro Book now actually gives very decent mana regen. So even with just brown boots and Necro 3, you're going to have enough mana regen to sustain your wolves, which is a problem that Lycan had in the past, right? And that's why he would build things like Vlad's and treads, so that he can tread swap when he uses wolves. But now with the new change to Necro Book, mana is not really a problem. Now, Lycan is really good at transitioning bad plays or mistakes from the enemy team into objectives, and that's why he's so strong. There's no other hero that in this patch right now can force objectives as quickly as a Lycan can, while at the same time be able to lane against the popular offlaners and do just fine, right? Even if he has a quote-unquote rough lane, as long as he gets somewhat somewhat farmed, being able to get that Helm of the Dawn, maybe even without boots, by 7 minutes, and that's pretty decent timing if you straight up rush it, but maybe a little bit later, maybe 8 minutes, right? Because again, it's hard to stop Lycan from last hitting, especially if you push the wave under his tower. He has good damage. But another thing is, even if he gets bad farm, as I was saying, but he gets experience, there's a very high chance that once he hits level 7, with your ultimate and max out wolves, or even just level 6, you can just kill someone, right? These squishy supports that come to your lane that were bothering you all lane long, you just hit level 6 and they're out of position. You pop your ultimate, hit through the trees, and they just die in 1 or 2 hits to your wolves and your auto attacks. And again, most supports are single target, so what is a disruptor this game going to do if a Lycan runs at it? Absolutely nothing. He's just going to die in a couple of hits. He can try to glimpse, right, but the units are going to kill him for the most part. Now, of course, transitioning your kills into towers is really important, so that's how you're going to want to play the hero, right? You're always going to want to farm in an aggressive position, not necessarily continue to push, right? Because if you push and die, that messes up your timing a lot. Ideally, you want to wait for an opportunity, right? You farm in an aggressive position, and then you wait for someone to die, or you wait for an opportunity to come in with your ultimate, you get the kills, and then you push the tower. You don't want to just straight up push, right? It's not a good idea, because if you push and die, that's going to slow you down a lot. You want to ideally have as little deaths as possible. Now, as you see, the snowball starts real fast. Usually by this time, when you get Necro 3, the game is going to be over if your team is having a good game, just because your team's going to get so much gold from all the kills you're getting, as well as the objectives, that the enemy team is not going to be able to keep up, because the speed of the pushes are insanely fast, and you're going to be able to just snowball a huge advantage. Now, in the perfect Lycan game, you're going to end around 20 minutes. Now, if the game does get delayed a little bit, 30 minutes is probably where he peaks, but then later on, even in the late game, I'm not going to discuss in this video, Lycan can still be a viable pick. Now, I'm going to tell you the build for that real quick. So I already mentioned that you're going to build maybe AC or BKB after your Necro 3, but after that, you're going to just go for Boots of Travel so you can rat, because Lycan, not very good at team fighting in the late game, right? His units are going to die, and that's why it'd maybe recommend going for a pipe, as it's the popular pro build. But if you don't go for a pipe, your units are just going to die in every fight if the enemy has any form of like AoE nukes. So you're going to be best ratting, and you have to be a good rat to be good with Lycan in the late game. It's just what you have to do, right? The hero's not very good at fighting anymore. People are going to start to have like force staffs and stuff. I mean, though he can counteract that because he's super fast, but it's just going to be annoying for you to kite people or get kited by people. In addition, like things like, Winter Wyvern is super annoying for him, or any form of like physical immunity. But one thing to note is if enemies go for Ghost Scepter, which was a common counter to Lycan and any hero, like physical damage hero like him in the past, he goes for Necro now. And with Necro, you could actually purge Ghost Scepter. Again, the purge is not only a slow that's going to allow you to lock people down so you can attack them, but also it's a dispel, so you can dispel Ghost Scepter, and that's not going to be a problem for you at all. And you don't build the Ghost Scepter against Lycan going for this build, right? And in addition, you could also dispel other things as well, and that's why the Necro buff really made this build good again. Now, as we're ending the game here, just want to discuss a couple of things, a couple of tips that you're going to want to know when playing Lycan. So, again, farming aggressively is really important. You don't want to just AFK farm your jungle. You want to farm in a position where you're going to be able to contribute to a fight or maybe even get a solo pick off. Now, getting solo pick offs is really good on Lycan, right? Okay, so for example here, let's say an enemy Luna is farming. She's not really afraid because she thinks she's safe, right? She's relatively fast and she thinks she can get away from most things. She's wrong when playing against Lycan. If you come in from Fog with your ultimate, there's absolutely nothing she can do, especially because of your units, right? Even if she tries to ultimate, you're going to tank it with your units and you're going to kill her. So, looking for solo kills, farming aggressively is what you're going to want to do on Lycan. That's what's going to win you the game. It's hard to visualize it because it didn't really happen too much in this game, but ideally you won't want to work with your team. So I'm just showing you this game from my perspective, as it's a higher MMR game and people are willing to work together, and you can see how strong the hero is. But maybe at lower MMRs you can't get your teammates to work with you. You're going to want to look for those solo kills. You're going to play by yourself. But again, I still think it's possible and you guys should try it out. Again, I don't have a lower MMR account. I am playing on a Smurf right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a phone number to play ranked yet. I'm just trying to get it ready for rank, but I think I can use my mom's phone number or something. So a series is coming soon where I'm playing on a Smurf and calibrating a new account. And if you guys had questions about what the max calibration is right now, I'm just going to say at the end of this video, just because if you guys watch this point, it is just 3.5K like it was in the past. But it's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. You're going to get a lot of MMR with this hero if you're good with micro. That's the main thing, because with this new build, you have to micro. It really is the whole point of the build. But it's something that you guys can practice. But again, if this video helped you out, make sure you leave a like down below, but also subscribe, as I am uploading videos regularly, especially with the new year. I slowed down a little bit towards the end of 2017, but I'm definitely going to get on track again, especially with this new series coming out where I'm going to be playing on a Smurf. You can see me suck at Dota on roles I don't play. But that's going to be the end, and peace out, everyone.